Hello everybody and welcome to another review. Today I'm going to review this Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Legacy of Stone Cold Steve Austin 3 DVD Collector's Edition. I just watched every single second of this DVD, so I'm going to get straight into it. Anyway, the first match in this DVD is a steel cage match with the Hollywood Blondes, that's Austin and Brian Pillman, taking on the Dos Hombres. It's at Slamboree 93, it's a WCW match. That is a good match. The first one is a good match. Austin takes some pretty cool bumps in that match, and from what I remember, it's pretty much just, action throughout the whole match. And I quite enjoyed it. Now, for the second match, it is Stunning Steve Austin versus a Flying Brian Pillman at Clash of the Champions 93. This is still WCW, of course. And the match started off good, but it was a short match. But back at the time, they were feuding in a storyline. But, even though it was a short match, it was a good match, and it's still worth watching. Now for the third match, it is for the WCW United States Championship belt, and it's Stone Cold Steve Austin, well, he was known as Stunning Steve Austin, versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Now this match, I really enjoyed this match. It showed Austin, his technique, how technical he used to be, and his fitness as well. He had pretty decent fitness level back then, and he actually kept up with Dragon Steamboat, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, sorry, and yeah, he did quite well, and I enjoyed that match. If you have that DVD, I recommend you watch Austin versus Steamboat. It's a good match. Alright, the next one is not really a match, but it's actually just a hilarious promo with Austin imitating Hulk Hogan. And it worked quite well because Austin has the right charisma to make fun of people yet still be pretty funny. Plus you have the same hair as Hulk Hogan back then as well. This was taken from when he was fired from ECW and was hired by ECW, so it's good to see a promo of Austin other than just the promos he does from the WWE. Now, the next part is not actually a match either, but it's another promo he did in ECW when Paul He-Man, which, as most of you know, Paul knows how to get a person fired up. Anyway, Austin pretty much shoots, if you want to call it that, on ECW, with about Eric Bischoff and all Hogan and pretty much all the political type people in WCW. Now, what I like about this particular promo is that it's probably what made Austin as good as he is on the mic as he is today. He was intense and quite frankly pissed off. Not so much the same pissed off you see from the Attitude Austin, from WWF 10 years ago, but he's just, he's kind of intense in a different way. And that's what I'm going to say about it, because it's hard to describe. But it was a really good promo nonetheless, and he sure as hell got some stuff off his chest. Now, the next part is a match, so that makes it the fourth match so far. It's ECW, Austin back in 95 versus Mikey Whipwreck and the Sandman for the ECW Championship title. It pretty much starts off with Stone Cold and Mikey Whipwreck wrestling in the ring for a little while Sandman finally arrives about like a third way during the match, and then Sandman, when he arrives, he pretty much just stands there, starts watching the match, and then like halfway through, that's when he starts wrestling in the match. Yeah, it was an okay match. Definitely some nostalgic value there. It was an okay match. That's all I have to say about it. The fifth match was it's the first match on this DVD where he wrestles in the WWE. It's Austin versus Savio Vega in a Caribbean strap match at Beware of Dog 1996. This match was brutal. I mean, first of all, it's like a week or something since it's their second strap match in like a week, I think, or something, because the first time they had it, all the lights went down, but they continued in the dark anyway, but Vince wanted them to do it again because he wasn't happy, I think. So, anyway, it was a great strap match. It seemed like, it hurts like hell, those straps. Let me just get something. Let me find a belt. Okay, I got a belt. You see, it's like leather. And they're just gonna go, You see, that hurts. And the more you do it, the more it hurts. And, I couldn't count how many times Austin and Savio just kind of whack each other with the leather belts. And they were putting a lot of power behind that match, and it was, it was an awesome match, and I enjoyed it seriously. Okay, now the sixth match is a #1 contender match for the WWE Championship at Survivor Series 1996. It is Stone Cold versus Bret the Hitman Hart in a singles match. Now with these two, it's always usually a good match, but this is when Bret Hart returned after a while off. So according to some fans, he still seemed to carry a bit of ring rust, but still, Austin seemed to carry this match pretty much throughout the entire match. Don't get me wrong, Bret was good in it as well. I was not bored by it. It was a decent match and I liked it. There isn't too much I can say about it anyway, other than it was just a decent one-on-one match and I enjoyed it. Still, it's better than this crap you see today, obviously. And that's pretty much the end of Disc 1, the last match on Disc 1. But Disc 1 does have some DVD extras, such as Stone Cold vs Yokozuna at SummerSlam 96. It also has Stone Cold with the Terry Funk confrontation at Shotgun Saturday Night 97. Alright, now for Disc 2, which makes it the 7th match in total. It starts off with Austin vs Undertaker at a Cold Day in Hell 97 for the WWE Championship match. Now this match was okay. It wasn't their best match they've ever had, but it's still pretty watchable. Now what made this match a lot better was that the first row, it had the Hart Foundation in it, and they were taunting Austin and pretty much throughout the whole match. And Bret was in a wheelchair, which means that made him an easy target for Austin afterwards the match. That's all I'll say about that. Now the 8th match is Austin and Shawn going against Owen and British Bulldog for the World Tag Team Championship belts. I like this match. It's good to see Shawn wrestle in the 90s. He was awesome, but it was a good match even though they didn't get along due to kayfabe. The 9th match is Austin versus Michaels at King of the Ring 97. This match starts off kind of slow, but it's not boring. Starts off slow because I think mainly due to this dude with Down syndrome falling over the top guardrail near the beginning of the match barricade thing, and Shawn helps him out. This match had a lot more holds and headlocks and stuff than I thought it would, but throughout the match, Austin and Shawn, they were really tense towards each other, and even when they're walking back from after the match, to the locker room, they didn't take their eyes off each other. Which is what you want to see in a feud. Of course it was due to the storyline again, but still it was a good match. I liked it. And now for the 10th match already. It's a tag team match consisting of Owen and British Bulldog facing Austin and Austin's debut partner Dude Love on Raw 97. Yeah, this tag match was pretty cool. It's not boring, pretty entertaining. Austin did a good job keeping the match going, with credit to Owen and Bulldog, of course. And Dude Love, yeah, it was a good match. That's all I have to say about it. Alright, now for the 11th match. And if you're still with me, then kudos goes to you. Anyway, this match is infamous because it's the Intercontinental Championship match at SummerSlam 97 between Austin and Owen Hart. And you're probably well aware in this match Austin broke his neck due to a botched move. The power driver. Still, I'm surprised Austin even did a pin cover in this match, because even though he describes it as the worst looking pin cover ever, I'm surprised he could still pull that off, because he broke his neck pretty bad. Well, he's just actually fortunate that he didn't become a paraplegic. He was lying in the ring for a minute and couldn't move at all. But apart from that, it was a pretty good match. I must say, because it's a changing point in Austin's career, this match. Then we come to the 12th match, which happens at Unforgiven at 98. Austin versus Dude Love for the WWE Championship belt. It was a pretty cool match. Vince sits at ringside, which what happens every time he does when it comes to Austin. Again, not too much to say, but it was an entertaining match and I liked it. Now for the 13th match in this DVD. And quite frankly, it's one of my favorite matches on this on this disc. Austin and Kane at King of the Ring 98 for the WWE Championship belt in a First Blood match. This match was awesome. I mean, it was unique. First of all, Kane couldn't really bleed because he wore a mask, and the Hell in a Cell was lowered down the same way that Undertaker and Mankind had their match in
And speaking of Undertaker and Mankind, Mankind